Novi God was upon us. The air crackled with anticipation, the scent of mandarins and pine needles filling every home. Every year I ventured into the snowy expanse, searching for the perfect tree to grace our living room. This year was no different. Armed with a trusty axe and a thermos of hot tea, I set off into the frosted wilderness. The snow crunched under my boots, each step taking me further away from the bustling city and deeper into the silent embrace of the forest. The skeletal trees, cloaked in white, stood like silent guardians. Sunlight filtered through their branches, painting intricate patterns on the forest floor. With each breath of crisp, pine-scented air, I felt a sense of peace settle over me. This year, I could feel it. The perfect tree awaited. An unspoken promise hung in the air, a silent invitation from the heart of the forest. Hours melted away like snowflakes on a warm cheek. I ventured deeper, the city noises fading into a distant memory. Then I saw her. Bathed in a shaft of golden sunlight stood the perfect fir tree. Its needles were a vibrant emerald, tipped with frost that glimmered like diamonds. The branches, perfectly symmetrical, reached towards the heavens like supplicating arms. It was as if the forest itself had offered up its most prized possession. Yes, this was the one. This tree, with its majestic presence, would be the crowning glory of our New Year celebration. I raised my axe, the cold steel glinting in the sunlight. As I prepared to strike, a warm, orange glow enveloped the base of the fir tree. It spread upwards with unnatural speed, engulfing the entire tree in a fiery embrace. I stumbled back, my breath catching in my throat. The flames danced and swirled, yet the tree remained untouched, its needles not even singed. Then, from the heart of the inferno, a figure began to emerge. Formed entirely of fire, a humanoid figure emerged. Its eyes blazed with an ancient wisdom, its voice a low rumble that seemed to emanate from the depths of the earth. Fear, primal and instinctive, coursed through me. "Human!" the figure boomed, its voice echoing through the silent forest. "Do you not see the harm you inflict?" Each word hung in the air, heavy with accusation and sorrow. "This forest is my domain, and these trees, my children. For generations your kind has taken without asking, wounded without remorse." The fiery figure towered over me, its gaze searing into my very soul. I wanted to speak, to apologize, but words failed me. Shame washed over me, cold and sharp as the winter wind. I had been so focused on finding the perfect tree, I had forgotten the forest itself, the delicate balance that held this ecosystem together. The fire around the tree flickered once, then vanished as quickly as it had appeared. The figure was gone, leaving behind only the faint scent of smoke, and a silence so profound it felt almost deafening. I stood there for a moment, my heart pounding, the weight of the encounter heavy on my chest. Then, turning on my heel, I fled. The crunch of snow under my boots seemed deafening in the stillness of the forest. With each step, the image of the fiery figure, its words echoing in my ears, spurred me on. I didn't stop running until I reached the edge of the forest, the lights of the city a welcome sight. Even then, I couldn't shake the feeling of unseen eyes watching me, judging me. Later that evening, huddled by my neighbor's fireplace, I recounted the tale. My voice trembled as I spoke, the memory still vivid in my mind. My neighbor, an old man who had lived by the forest his entire life, listened patiently, a knowing look in his eyes. He nodded slowly. The forest keeps its secrets, and sometimes, it chooses to share them with those who dare to listen. His words resonated with me. I had been taught a lesson, a harsh but necessary one. This year, there would be no freshly cut tree in our living room. This year, I would adorn our home with memories of the encounter, a constant reminder of the respect and reverence owed to the natural world. The forest had spoken, and I had listened.